The Christmas season brings many wonderful traditions. Logs roasting on an open fire, a turkey dinner with all of the trimmings, and a 50-year-old Scotsman dressed as the Grinch walking out to Pitbull in a palace full of drunken fans. Yeah, I mean, what's not to love? Welcome to World Championship Darts, a festive frenzy that's become every bit as iconic as mince pies and mistletoe. It's been quite the journey from players literally smoking and drinking on stage to now becoming one of the biggest events in the sporting calendar. And that's not me exaggerating, the stats are there to prove it. The 2024 final smashed Sky Sports' non-football viewership records, with 4.8 million people tuning in. That beats Formula 1, that beats boxing, rugby, golf, cricket, you name it, darts beats it. And so the question is quite simple. How in the world did darts manage to conquer the Christmas calendar? This story starts long ago, in a place far, far away. Here, on a cold December evening, the inaugural PDC World Championship took place. In the final, Dennis Priestley faced off against Phil Taylor in what turned out to be a one-sided affair. 6-1 to Priestley, who walked away with a £16,000 jackpot that night. And so how does darts go from 16,000 to 2.5 million? Well, you see, the PDC was born out of rebellion. 16 players had broken away from the BDO with a vision of something more of the game. They were frustrated by its low prize money and limited promotion. And so two factions emerged, the BDO with the BBC and the PDC partnering with the rising force of Sky Sports. Whilst the BDO had a larger roster of players, many considered the PDC lineup to have the stronger top talent and better overall production. But as any fan knows, a sport's growth often hinges on its superstars. And in that category, the PDC had one massive advantage. Between 1995 and 2006, Phil Taylor dominated a sport like few professionals ever have. He won the World Championship 11 times in 12 years. His finals record, a staggering 72 sets won to just 24 lost. Taylor's rivalries with players like John Part and Raymond van Barneveld, both who transferred over from the BDO given the rising PDC profile, weren't just games, they became box office events, transforming darts from a pub pastime into a multi-million pound spectacle. But the power's dominance wasn't the sole reason darts took off. The PDC understood something that the BDO never did, that darts isn't just a sport, it's entertainment. The World Championship became something that transcended sport. It became a pantomime. You had heroes and villains, favourites and underdogs, jesters, jokers, wind-up merchants, old heads and young faces, each one assigned with a nickname suitable for their own crazy persona. Hosting the marquee event over Christmas with a suitably tipsy crowd only played into this spectacle more. The PDC quickly realised they were onto something big, and the move to the nation's capital reflected this growing appetite for prime-time darts. Ali Pali became the home of the World Championship, and it turned it into an unmatched spectacle. With each passing year, the atmosphere became more ludicrous. Dancing, singing, penguins, burgers, astronaut, whatever this guy is, mankind with a beer and Superman with a cigarette.
Darts is more than just a typical sport. That are emotions, that is a feeling, that is really important for us.
And as with every great spectacle, darts had an iconic voice, with nobody able to capture this unique energy, quite like Sid Waddell. All of which to say, it was the perfect storm. The fans, the players, the commentary, it became this conduit of holiday emotion that made for such an electric atmosphere. Today, watching the World Championship is as much a Christmas tradition as stuffing stockings or hanging holly. Viewership is at an all-time high. Prize pools have run up into the millions, and the overall quality of play at the Oki has never been better. A 3-dart average of 94 would have won you that inaugural World Final. Now you'll struggle below 100. The once mythical 9-dart finish is also a pretty common occurrence. The rise of streaming services and social media also bring darts to a global audience, with Germany seeing record-breaking numbers, and the US primed for further growth with an event hosted at Madison Square Garden. So the future of darts, particularly on the PDC side, is all looking bright, and with the next star waiting in the wings, darts' popularity is all set to go nuclear.
Championship finalist,
Luke Littler has been dubbed the Tiger Woods of the darting world. His 2024 World Championship debut wasn't just a sports story, it became front page news.
This kid has come on the scene at 16 years of age and has become the hottest ticket in town.
Littler made an unprecedented run to the final, breaking numerous records in the process. His incredible story makes him one of the first darting pros to break into the public psyche, and now demand for World Championship tickets has never been so intense, so much so that expansion to larger venues is being discussed, with suggestions up to 250,000 tickets could be sold if capacity allowed. All of which to say darts may be moving on to bigger and better things in the very near future. For now, we can continue to enjoy the madness put on show every year at Alexander Palace, a celebration of skill, spectacle, and festive joy. It still feels weird to say that darts has somehow conquered Christmas, but for all it's worth, I can think of plenty worse forces to be overcome by when it comes to the festive season.